Hi gang, today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy hummus using the food processor. Food processors you can pick up at places like Target, Walmart, Kohl's, or Costco, and they range in price from about $25 and up. They're a really handy kitchen tool, and today I'm going to show you one great use. Alright, so we will be using the standard S blade. There are a variety of blades that usually come with a food processor, but this is the one that I use the most. Alright, for hummus, the base will be garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas. And whenever we're buying beans, it's just important to think about the amount of sodium in the can. And so a lot of times now you can find 50% reduced sodium or low sodium canned beans. Or in this case, these natural directions organic garbanzo beans are just pretty low in sodium to begin with. Of course, I've rinsed them, just put them in a sieve, run it under the sink for 20 to 30 seconds, and that'll rinse off a lot of the salt for you. So we're going to go ahead and add these to the food processor. And then there are a few other key ingredients for making your hummus. So we have our chickpeas, and the next thing that we're going to add is some tahini. And tahini is just ground down sesame seeds, similar to how peanut butter is ground down peanuts. So this is really going to lend a richness to our hummus. All right. The next thing that we're going to add to our hummus is some fresh garlic. And just to quickly show you one of my favorite tricks, when you're trying to get garlic out of that sticky skin, you can use a few methods. One is to use the flat part of your blade and kind of squash the garlic, and that will pop the skin off. Or something that's a little bit safer is just to use something with a flat bottom and kind of give it a little squinch there, and that will help to peel the skin off as well. All right, today we're using a nice big piece of garlic. And it's really up to you. If you love garlic, you can do a bigger piece or a smaller piece, completely up to you. So now we have our chickpeas, our tahini, and our garlic. And the fourth ingredient that we're going to add for a classic hummus is some lemon juice. So to get the most juice out of your lemon, I suggest just running your lemon along your cutting board with the flat of your palm, just rolling it back and forth a bit, and this will help to loosen up some of the juice. For this recipe, we're going to use about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So we'll start with a half of a lemon and then taste the hummus once it's complete and see if we want to add a little bit more. This is one of my favorite kitchen gadgets. It's called a citrus press. And you'll see you just get so much more juice using a citrus press than we would if we were squeezing with our hands alone. The other nice thing is that it keeps the seeds out, since these little holes at the bottom that allow the juice out are too small for those seeds to fit through. So a really handy kitchen tool, and these cost about $5 or $6. All right, so we have our garbanzo beans, 2 tablespoons of tahini, 1 clove of garlic, about 2 tablespoons of our lemon juice, and then we're gonna add some spices to give it a little bit more flavor. So for this particular hummus, we're going to be adding some nutritional yeast, which you can find in the bulk section at Winco, Fred Meyer, Whole Foods, New Seasons, wherever you like to shop. This particular product came from Trader Joe's. It's $2.99 for a bag of nutritional yeast. And you'll see nutritional yeast show up in a lot of recipes like dressings and dips and soups because it gives the food almost like a cheesy kind of flavor. So a really nice ingredient to have in the pantry. So we'll be adding some nutritional yeast, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some cumin as well. You can add a pinch of salt if you'd like, or for a lower sodium option, just go ahead and leave the salt out. The last thing that we're going to add to our hummus is just a little bit of water. And you can add, we'll start with a 1/4 cup, and you can add more if you'd like, so that you have a thinner consistency, or less for a thicker consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the food processor on and let it run for a few minutes to get that nice creamy hummus. up to you. Some people like to leave their hummus with a little bit of texture so you can still kind of taste the texture of the beans. Some people like to continue running it until it's really silky smooth. To get that super silky smooth texture, you'll want to add just a little bit more liquid, but with most food processors, there's a hole at the top, so you can just add a little bit of liquid as you go, so you can get that exact texture that you're looking for. Today I'm going to leave it just a little bit chunkier. And hummus is great to use as a dip for fresh vegetables like carrots and cucumber and celery. It's also great to use as a spread on sandwiches, on whole grain bread with some nice vegetables. And then if you want to, you can also just add more water and turn it into a salad dressing, and it's really great that way as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the hummus, and you'll find this recipe on page 115 of Lynn Gobble's cookbook, Plant-Based Recipes and Meal Options.